Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90 Day Fiancé Shaeeda and Bilal suffer another miscarriage. 90 Day Fiancé stars Shaeeda Sween and Bilal Hazziez are some of the most successful couples in the franchise today. The married couple documented their happy marriage over the past few weeks. The two have also impressed many due to their multiple sources of income. However, despite all their success, Shaeeda and Bilal recently revealed that they suffered a tragic loss. Keep reading to see their sad news. Shaeeda and Bilal continue to impress their IG followers due to their lavish lifestyle. Bilal has been thriving as a real estate agent and investor, while Shaeeda is an entrepreneur. Many people consider the two as couple goals due to their success. Earlier this month, Shaeeda gushed over her husband for taking good care of her while she was sick. According to the 90 Day Fiancé star, her husband even took days from work just to look after her. She also shuts down the speculation that they're struggling with their marriage, saying, "Marriage is indeed in sickness and in health." Bilal and Shaeeda, yes, still going strong, busy with life and loving on each other. In an Instagram post, Shaeeda announced that she suffered another miscarriage. According to the 90 Day Fiancé star, she lost her unborn baby a few months ago, showing that they kept the sad news for quite some time. However, Shaeeda Sween later said that she wanted to use her loss to inspire and strengthen others who suffered from miscarriages, that they're not alone. The emotions that come with losing a pregnancy can be overwhelming, but always remember that even in those dark times, the Creator's plan is always the best plan, she added. The reality TV personality also thanked everyone for sending prayers and positive messages amid their heartbreaking situation. It's also the second miscarriage for Shaeeda. She suffered her first loss in February last year. "I'm so sorry for your loss, sis. May Allah lighten your burdens. How brave to share your journey with us. Thinking of y'all and wishing your rainbow comes soon. Love you both. I'm praying for you too on this journey with love. Prayers covering you and your family." Shaeeda Sween also took to YouTube to share a vlog featuring the day they learned about their pregnancy up to the moment they learned about their miscarriage. It was an emotional vlog, but the 90 Day Fiancé star revealed that she's now fully healed. She added that her miscarriage happened 5 months ago, and they have finally regained their strength. The heavy weight of heartbreak settled over Shaeeda's chest as she sat alone in the living room, her hands resting on her stomach. She stared at the untouched cup of tea in front of her, the steam no longer rising, the once comforting warmth now cold, much like the emotions that swirled inside her. The vibrant colors of the room seemed dull, muted by the news that had shattered her heart yet again. Another miscarriage, the third one in just over a year. Shaeeda had always dreamed of becoming a mother. It was more than just a hope or a desire. It was a part of her soul, a calling she couldn't ignore. She had envisioned the joy of holding her child, feeling their small heartbeat in sync with hers, the smell of baby powder, the soft sounds of gurgles and coos. But life had other plans. The hopes of a family with Bilal had been shaken, battered, and now seemed almost unreachable. Bilal had been so quiet lately. His silence weighed on her more than anything else. He had always been the pragmatic one, the voice of reason in their relationship. But even he hadn't known how to prepare for this. How could anyone prepare for such sorrow? She could hear his footsteps now, soft and measured, approaching from the kitchen. He stood in the doorway for a moment, watching her, before finally sitting next to her on the couch. "I don't know what to say," he whispered, his voice hoarse with emotion. Neither did she. Their relationship had always been a delicate balancing act, navigating cultural differences, personal dreams, and the challenges that come with building a life together in the public eye. On 90 Day Fiancé, they had aired their love story for the world to see. But what the cameras didn't capture were the countless moments of vulnerability and quiet pain, the sleepless nights where Shayda wondered if she was enough for him, enough for this life they had built. And now, in the aftermath of their third loss, it felt like everything was unraveling. Shayda clenched her hands in her lap, her fingers trembling slightly. She had always been strong, always resilient, but this time was different. This time the grief felt like it was eating her alive from the inside out. "I don't know if I can keep doing this," she finally admitted, her voice breaking. Bilal reached out and gently took her hand. "I know," he said softly. "I'm so sorry, Shayda. I'm so sorry for everything." She pulled her hand away, feeling a surge of frustration. "You don't have to apologize, Bilal. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. But that doesn't make it any easier, does it?" He sighed and leaned back against the couch, staring up at the ceiling as if searching for answers that just weren't there. "I wish I knew what to say or what to do. I wish I could fix this, but I can't." Shayda's eyes welled up with tears as she turned to face him. "I just feel so broken," she whispered, the words catching in her throat. "Every time we get our hopes up, every time I think maybe this time will be different, it all falls apart." The silence that followed was heavy, the kind that only comes when there are no more words left to say. The pain they both carried was deep, and while they were in it together, the loss still felt incredibly isolating. Shayda knew Bilal was grieving too, but they had always dealt with things differently. While she needed to talk, to cry, to release her emotions, Bilal tended to retreat inward, locking his feelings away where they couldn't be reached. She looked at him now, trying to gauge what was going on behind his stoic expression. "Bilal, I need to know how you're feeling. I can't do this alone." For a moment, she thought he wouldn't answer, but then he turned to her, his eyes glassy with unshed tears. "I'm scared, Shayda. I'm scared that we're never going to get what we want. I'm scared that this is it for us. And I don't know how to be strong for you when I don't even feel strong myself." Hearing those words broke something inside her. She had always relied on Bilal's strength, his ability to be the calm in the storm. But seeing him vulnerable, seeing him just as lost as she was, made her realize that they were both struggling in ways they hadn't acknowledged. "We don't have to be strong all the time," she whispered, reaching for his hand again. "It's okay to fall apart." Bilal nodded, his jaw clenched, trying to keep his emotions in check. But then the tears came, slowly at first, until they were both crying, together, openly, without shame. In that moment, they weren't a couple on a reality show. They weren't personalities for millions to watch. They were just two people, a husband and wife, mourning the loss of a dream they had held so close to their hearts. Hours passed in a blur of quiet tears and hushed words of comfort. As the night wore on, Shayda finally spoke up again, her voice thick with exhaustion. "What do we do now?" Bilal wiped his eyes and took a deep breath, his shoulders sagging with the weight of their shared grief. "We take it one day at a time," he said quietly. "We keep going because that's all we can do. And maybe we'll find a way to heal." Shayda nodded, though she wasn't sure if healing was truly possible. The scars of loss ran deep, and while time might dull the pain, it would never erase it. But for now they had each other. That had to be enough. As the first light of dawn crept through the curtains, Shayda rested her head on Bilal's shoulder, her hand still clutching his. Maybe they weren't ready to talk about the future yet. Maybe they would never have the family they had dreamed of. But they had made it through another storm together. That was something. And in the quiet, fragile stillness of the morning, it was everything.